Hey guys, welcome back to PE TV. That is short for Political Entertainment Television, where we talk about politics, entertainment, or both in general. The left is so unhinged that they burn a one of Charlie Kirk's murals, and according to the title, as you see at the moment, with 5 kids inside, is there no justice for any of this? I mean, how much more do we have to point out that the far left is so unhinged that they committed mass violence, arson, and got 5 kids, innocent kids, murdered? I think it's time that not only do we hold the far left extremely held accountable, we gotta shut them down. Like, we gotta put an end to it. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I know that a lot of the videos that I'm putting out very recently have been, obviously it's bad. It's sad news, more sad news, it's more stuff to get angry about. But one of the things I do worry about is my own viewers' mental health, and it's serious. Like, consuming nonstop terrible stuff, we're not built for this. And so while this video is obviously about the news of the century, perhaps, I like to mix in each day a little bit of FAFO, F around and find out type news. And there's obviously a lot of lunatics out there, but I had my members Discord put together a couple of people that I thought were worth profiling. Obviously, we had one situation where a family put a mural out on their own front yard to Charlie Kirk, and some losers in the neighborhood burned it down, burned their fence down while their 5 kids slept in the house just feet away. Broke out their car's windows. Why? For simply putting a banner that said, "Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk." It wasn't like a political banner. It wasn't anything like that. We have a student at Texas Tech, I believe, University, who interrupted a Charlie Kirk vigil, who got expelled. And we've got all sorts of other great stuff. Make sure, if you haven't yet, subscribe to my second channel, which is linked in the description, and get in that members Discord. I know Discord may seem overwhelming, but it's pretty easy to use. There's lots of videos, and we're starting to build up a lot of people in there, and we're starting to do some good stuff. It's the first place news breaks. You can talk to me directly, share leads with me directly, and talk to the hundreds of other people in the community. There's a mom's group, a book reading club, there's a fantasy football club, there's EDC conversations, there's training videos, there's training conversations, all sorts of stuff like that. Now, I want to start with some of this is the people we're dealing with kind of video, right? Like, these are the people we're dealing with. We had a rest in peace Charlie Kirk mural in Pensacola, and hours later it was completely defaced by far leftoids. Now, in my opinion, locals should buy the local motorcycle club a keg to hang out around the mural for a couple of days and just see what happens. Now, this mural is at an overpass, and it is constantly getting, some people put stuff up, then they take it down, they put it up, then they take it down. This will probably be a battle for some time. Over.
Hi.
Just unfucking believable, guys. Just the intolerant left, guys. All they practice is love and tolerance, yet they don't practice what they preach. They just practice double standard hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is just very real.
This real estate, but there are just evil people that exist. More importantly, this one, obviously more scary. A family in Loveland, Colorado, had a little mural in front of their house that they had painted. And some neighborhood person, I assume they're a neighborhood person because I don't know, how else you knew about this mural, or you came in and you found it. I don't know, but they a vandal set fire to their fence and smashed their car window while their 5 kids were sleeping inside the house. Thankfully, it didn't spread to the house. Now, if you look at the video, like, this is crazy. Now, we have a real crime committed here. Look, I think it's all fine and dandy. It's funny that people are losing their jobs for being awful online. This is what the left calls accountability culture, so I'm not going to fight against it. This is what they say is a good thing, so I'm going to laugh. I don't think, saying something stupid online in most cases should lead to any kind of, arrest or anything like that. But when you, burn a fence down, there are real charges that come with that. There are real consequences that come with that. And while the people, the losers, the cowards that did this almost certainly won't take responsibility for it, somebody knows them and doesn't agree. That somebody knows them that thinks maybe they went a little too far. Somebody knows them. And I'm hoping they step forward, because this is not okay. You trespassed on someone's private property, you destroyed their property, you put their family in danger. There are real charges that, need to come from that. And most importantly, I want local law enforcement to do their job. In cases like this, where these fools make a mistake, go too far, they should be charged and they should be sentenced to the maximum. When I talk about the change that needs to happen in this world after losing Charlie, it's when I talk about it from a societal standpoint. Society needs to change, and we need law enforcement to do that. We don't need woke sheriffs and woke judges who catch and release these people, because that only exacerbates the problem. We see this all the time. Oh, he was arrested 14 times. Well, now finally he took a life, so I guess we'll lock him up for a little bit longer this time. The alternative, the flip side of not having local law enforcement handle this with ferocity, handle this with the appropriate amount of venom, handle this with what needs to be said and done, is that people will handle it. And that's not what I want. I don't want, people putting things, taking things into their own hand. That's where things get scary. That's where things get spooky.
I mean, it's not even easy to do it, because the problem is that we are not trained to tackle on these situations. Like, if someone commits a mass arson and just causes so much damage, we don't have anything to find out. Like, I don't know if anybody is going to carry like a bunch of fire arsonist materials, and I could end up getting scorched, and who knows. And I certainly just have to point out, it's ironic how the far left has always said defund the police, but when police get involved and put them in jail, prison, hold them accountable, then they start crying and just start spewing the crocodile tears, saying, but I have my constitutional rights, or you're supposed to do this to conservatives. This is not a matter of black and white anymore. This is not of left versus right anymore. This is good versus evil at this point. And I don't know about you, but the more that these insane leftists continue on behaving like this, they are proving exactly the reason why they got to be hunted down and completely kicked out of society. They got to lose a lot of things in life. So,
to that burned sign, Shaw.
Yes, tonight, Loveland police telling Fox 31 that they are following up on leads in this case. Meanwhile, the family asking us not to go live in front of their home because they are frightened, concerned about their safety. And this all occurred 11:15 last night.
This is exactly what these lunatics want. And I can't blame a family with 5 young kids. You can't blame them for not wanting to be on the front lines against lunatics who would, set their home ablaze over a sign, break out their car windows. You can't blame the family for that. This is terror, and it should be charged as such. You can look at, sometimes you can say, well, the intent was this. Well, the result was this. You know, you can look at, well, I intended just to be the getaway driver, but the guy I was driving for took a bunch of lives in there. They get charged for the same crime that the robber did. That's how these should be. You know, yeah, your intent was, oh, I just wanted to take the sign down. Well, that's not how this shook out. You
took the sign down, but at the cost of lives lost, because you just didn't like someone celebrating someone who is respectfully showing empathy and showing respect to someone like Charlie over the fact that they supported someone you didn't. Like, that is literally what these far extreme leftists do. These people have nothing inside their soul. They are a lost, evil individual who should not even be allowed to correspond in society. They can no longer be part of human society because of this. All of these people are completely unhinged, mentally delusional weirdos who need to face consequences. I think it's time that Trump looks for these people and commits a taxpayer study on why these people are so deranged. Trump deranged, Charlie Kirk deranged. That is literally what should be happening. We should be having a full-term, long-term study of Trump derangement syndrome and Charlie Kirk derangement syndrome. Because I can guarantee you the results should be quite interesting.
You're terrorizing this family.
While 5 children slept inside the home.
What happened to Charlie was unspeakable. You know, everyone is destroyed over this.
So Michael and his family created a memorial along their fence to honor the slain CEO of Turning Point USA.
Nothing wrong with that. Their fence, their property. All it says is United We Stand. It's not even a political sign.
But late Saturday night, vandals lit the display on fire.
When they burnt that fence, that fire could have went into that house and it could have really harmed somebody.
It's the rhetoric. It's what people are being fed. There's so much hate in this world, and we need to stop.
The vandals also broke the back window of the family's SUV. Neighbors have rushed to provide them with...
I just, again, what kind of world is this? What is this? This is not what I expected. This is not how normal human beings act. And when these people are caught, and I have a lot of faith that they will be caught, they should get real charges, real prison time. Not, here's a $45 fine, go do it.
Not even just that. Like, not even a slap on the wrist. Not a slap on the wrist. Not even that. Full-time punishment. That'll send a statement to these guys that they are not afraid, that they're not free of consequences either. They cannot face any of it. They cannot get away with it. We all know it.
To another poor guy, because the next guy, maybe it'll spread and it'll take the house out too. And then this is the whole thing with, again, we go back to the train, right? And that deranged man. There were a handful of judges that continued to let that man out, and now a woman is no longer with us, and they should be held accountable. The same thing should be true for soft on crime, politically motivated judges and DAs. I don't care if these were quote unquote just kids that did it. I don't care anymore. That's not this. Again, I'm in my dark Jeremy era. I don't care. It just doesn't matter.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, that's literally how I feel. I feel
exactly. You made a mistake. Guess what? Those still have consequences, whether you're 17 or 70. Just like this great, student here. I'm not going to show the video because this woman just wanted clout and I'm not going to provide it for her. But she showed up at a Charlie Kirk vigil and was laughing and saying, ha ha ha, your guy's, gone, ha ha ha, you're a loser. Well, she picked the wrong school to taunt these students because she has now been expelled by Texas Tech. Her college degree, her college education now taken away from her. These are the societal effects that I want, that I think the world needs. Society needs to stand up and say, yo, we don't want you in school with my kids because you are clearly some sort of radical lunatic.
The same radical lunatics that are going to tell kids about gender ideology, gender theory, race theory, a bunch of radical far left theories that are going to cause so much divide. I can guarantee it. Like, literally, you're seeing it every day.
There's that kid that showed up at a Charlie Kirk vigil in Arizona wearing the same shirt as the person who took Charlie's life, destroyed and desecrated his a vigil to him. Now, he did get some street justice, which I laugh at. I don't support, but I laugh at. But I don't know, whatever I don't know what, maybe you can get trespassing and damage to property. I don't care, whatever and I'm not saying to charge people with stuff they didn't do, but that's what he did. So he should be charged and he should get sentenced to the maximum. Our revolving door justice system has major culpability in why there are so many of these lunatics out there. And unless the universities start taking responsibility, unless local police start taking responsibility, this doesn't get better. And what happens is now you'll get vigilantes. You'll get people taking things into their own hands.
I mean, if the U.S. government, I'm not going to hold Trump accountable for this because I don't entirely know the details when it comes to Trump running the government, because I know he runs the country. So I'm just going to point this out. Basically, Batman is going to be born. Basically, Batman will become real. The intolerant left has basically made a version of Batman that is in real life. Because of this, because of Charlie's assassination, it has now come to the point where Batman comes alive and he is going to take it into his own hands and put these people in their place. If law enforcement doesn't hold these people accountable, if the legal system, courts, judges, the prosecutors, the people that put these people in jail and prison, whatever, and if they don't do anything, we the people must do something. It's just insane. So that's the intolerant left, guys. That's how it is. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to be updated on more news. I will let you know on any more details. See you guys later.